Today we're talking about SmplTrek sample chopping.
Freebie.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shoutout goes to Robin HP. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to sample into the SmplTrek and then chop that sample into different chops and assign those to a drum kit. Now, the first thing I'm going to say before we move on is to make sure that you have your SmplTrek on the latest firmware. As of the filming of this video, the latest firmware is version 1.4. So be sure you're on the latest version because I believe the older versions have a very different process of loading your samples after you've chopped them up. It's a bit longer. They've made it easier since then. So we're going to take a look at that right now. Let's talk about the cable setup first here. This is power to my SmplTrek, just going to the wall. These are my left and right outs. They are just going into my audio interface. And then these two cables here are going into the left and right input on my SmplTrek and are going into this. This is a PO128 Mega Man by Teenage Engineering. It's pocket operator. I'm going to sample the 16 different drum hits on the Mega Man, and we are going to slice those into a drum kit today. So this is what I'm going to be sampling into the SmplTrek. This is where you will plug in whatever you are sampling. You can use both inputs in the back, or you can just use one. I will show you how to change that right now. So I need to make sure that the SmplTrek is looking for external audio from both the left and right input right now. To do that, I'm going to hold function and press the pencil. If we hold function, that will enable record source under it, or take us to the record source page. From here, I can use the A knob to select my input. So we can go USB, resample, just the left input there. Left and right, a microphone, a guitar, or the built-in mic. Since I'm using both left and right now, I'm just going to go to left and right there, just like that. Perfect. Now we want to enable external audio, so we're going to come down to this pad down here that says external source. We're going to hit it, and it's going to turn, well, it's kind of like a whitish purple or whitish pink. I'm not sure if that shows up on camera, but now we should be able to hear our audio coming in. You can use these two knobs over here to adjust the level of those inputs. This is for the left input, this is for the right. And then, of course, don't forget to set the volume on the device of whatever you're sampling. You get a little level indicator here. You want it to be loud enough to hear, but you don't want to be clipping. Pretty standard stuff. We will have the ability to normalize the volume here in just a minute. Okay, so from here, just to simplify things, let's go home. Now we need to go to the sampling menu. So to get there, we're going to hold function and press the record button, which, as you can see under that, the function of the button is sampling. Okay, now we are in the sampling menu. Again, play your device. Make sure you have audio coming through. You get another level indicator here. Perfect. So you can now use this right button here, right above the pool button, to change the level at which the auto sampling feature will fire off at. So basically, I have it set to negative 48 decibels right now. When I click start, which is this button here, it's actually going to wait to start until it actually detects audio coming in. If you want to turn that off, just press the right button until it says auto off. Then it will start when you click start. I don't want to do that though. So I'm going to click it till we get to negative 48. Okay, so I'm going to click start. It is now armed and waiting for audio to come in. So I am now going to play through all 16 different hits of this drum kit. And then I'm going to click stop, which is this button right here. Now we can see our waveform. If you want, you can use the D knob to zoom in and the C knob to kind of have a poke around there. If you don't like what you recorded and want to go back, you can click this button here. Or if you do like what you recorded, you can click this button here where it says save. Now we can save it to the pool or directly to the current project. I'm just going to save it to the pool, but having the option to save to either the pool or the current project is incredible. It's so simple, but it makes this whole workflow very, very easy. You can use the same sampling screen because you're not always working directly on a project. Sometimes you're just sampling a bunch of stuff to put away for later. Now you don't have to commit it to a project. You can just simply save it to the sample pool, which is what we're doing right now by pressing OK. We can name this. I'm going to name it PO128 drums. Go and click OK right there. Perfect. So it is now loaded into the pool, and it's just going to spit you back to the home screen here of your project. Now what we want to do is to go pull up that sample and chop it up into slices. So to do that, we need to find that sample in the pool. So to access the pool, function and pool. Now when we're done, we'll be able to go find it as a drum kit, but we haven't done that step yet. So we are going to go to sample. We are going to go down to pool, and we are going to find our sample. There it says PO128 drums. I'm going to click on it, and we could either load it in, chop it, trim it, time stretch it, normalize it, make it mono, reverse it, rename it, or copy it into the project, or I guess delete it. First, what I want to do is normalize it before we chop it. So I'm going to go to normalize. I'm going to select my option and press execute. There we go. Now it'll make a copy of that sample, PO128 drums dash normalized. So that's our new one. If we listen to the first one, it's very quiet. However, if we go to the normalized one, we can hear it's much louder. So let's select that. Now what we want to do is go to chop. This is the chop/slice screen. Now we do have an auto slice feature. Right off the bat, if we just press OK, it will auto slice this. To me, that sounds pretty darn good. I think it did a great job. However, we can go in and manually slice it too, if we press the to manual button there. So D zooms us in, and then whatever slice you are on, A will adjust the start point, and B will adjust the end point. So you can dial them in. However, in this case, I think the auto slice did a really good job. Yeah, cool. So, because I think we're looking pretty good, I can just click next/back. There we go. Now, here's where we have a few options. We can create a new drum kit, which is really what we want to do. That's probably why you clicked on this video. But you can also create split files from all of those, which is really cool. You can store the slices to this project, you can store it to a new project, or you can go back. So let's click Create Drum Kit. Now we need to assign the slices to the pads. So in this case, we're going to use all of these pads here, but you will use however many you have. There we go. You can also undo it right here if you make a mistake. I'm going to click Next. We are going to save this to the pool, and I'm going to call this PO128 Kit, since this is a full drum kit now. There we go, PO128 Kit. Press OK. It's going to do its thing here. Now, as you can see, it's taken us back to the home screen, but at the top it says Load To. So now we can pick a track to load it to, that being the kit, of course. I'm going to pick track 1. That's fine. It automatically defaults to drum kit for the track type. Click on it. Yep. Load. There we go. Now, if we go into this drum track here, we can see we've got our drum kit. Now we're good to start sequencing something, but before we do that, a little pro tip, check your choke groups first, so you don't have sounds in your kit canceling each other out that you don't want. So press the pencil icon, go to Edit Drum Kit, go to Instrument Parameters. Now you can easily change which pad you have selected just by pressing a pad. And if you go to the third page, there we go, you can actually change choke groups per pad. So I'm going to turn all of these off. There we go. Okay, cool. Save the edited kit. Yep, we will save it real quick. There we go. Let's put this kick on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Snare on 2 and 4. And then I'll just live play something else. there you go. That's how you sample something into the SmplTrek and chop it up into a drum kit. It's a pretty smooth process, especially since I believe it was update 1.2, firmware update 1.2, that really streamlined the whole process there, allowing you to go straight from chopping a kit to popping it into a drum kit track. Super handy, super convenient, and I think it works pretty darn well. So I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too, doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.